Hello, guys. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right because guess what? I just recorded this and I failed. Um, okay, so all of you guys know I'm Bobby. I run Three Timbers Lawn and Landscape. So I try to do these real quick for you because, well, I have to run a company. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you today our edging calculator. Is going to be a rough run through. You guys are going to have to explore some of this on your own because, well, you're going to have to make changes to fit what your business needs. So, if I was meeting with a client, we're going to say this apartment building, and I was going to put in new edging around the outside of this apartment for their landscape beds. In Minnesota, we get four different options: plastic, steel, bullet, which is a concrete like paver, um, and then stone. Those four down south, we're usually just doing stone, concrete, steel still. So, what I would do is I would look at the property and I would not do that. I would go on my Google Earth Pro. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Google Earth Pro, and I would outline this apartment building because I know the beds go all the way around. Boom, 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 and about 422 feet. Give me a margin of error, looking good. So I go to my calculator, and by the way, this was plastic edging. So I'm putting in 422 feet of edging we're going to need to install, and there's 422 feet of edging we have to demo. So let's start with the demo here. Um, Demo fee, it's only 375 bucks. This is kind of this labor matrix here. That's something you guys are going to have to change quite a bit. We shoot for an hourly rate of 80 bucks because usually edging is just incorporated in some of our projects. If we were doing this as a standalone, in this scenario, we can say that we are standalone, we'd be shooting for 100 bucks an hour. So now this is your big thing. We can demo, and commonly we're only demoing plastic edging if we're doing edging on its own. So we can demo about 90 feet of edging per hour, 90 linear feet. So you can see that displayed right here. That's why we get a demo fee of 469 bucks. Um, Other things that are kind of universal, we charge 100 bucks just to deliver our stone and bullet edging, and we charge an additional 100 bucks for a dump fee. So those are kind of universal topics, universal categories. Other things that you'll need to fool around with and change is in Minnesota, we can buy our plastic edging from our wholesaler for 75 cents per linear foot. We actually buy steel edging really expensive for 7 bucks and 15 cents per linear foot. Bullet edging, 2 bucks, 20 cents per linear foot. Stone edging, 5 bucks per linear foot. So those are things you'll have to change too. Figure out your material cost. So let's just start with plastic edging. So for 422 linear feet, what we will get, or we will have to purchase is 464 foot of linear feet of edging. And the reason why we do that is because we actually end up multiplying it by 110%. So we have a margin of error if we have to make corners, if we have to cut one short, whatever else. Um, so we end up doing that for all of our materials. So our steel edging, we multiply by 110, 1.1 for all of you guys out there. Our bullet edging, we do the same thing. Stone edging is in tonnage, so we'll get to that later. So plastic edging, we need 464 feet of it. That means that we're going to take the amount we pay per linear foot. We're going to multiply that by how many feet we need of it. And then we actually add another 20% to that because we like to have margins on our products. So plastic edging, $418. And then it takes us about an hour to install 20 feet of plastic edging for one guy. So with that being the case, we install it at about 5 bucks. We charge about 5 bucks per linear foot for installation. This is at that $100 an hour rate. So you can see we'd have to charge $2,300 for an installation fee on this job. Stone and steel edging, and we like installing it. Don't install it if there's hills. It's just too hard for the merging pieces, right? Comes in. Sometimes it's like this, and then it's like really sharp where it merges, and it's hard to hide. So it's funky because they're like 8 feet long, and there's no room for, if that makes sense. So steel edging, really expensive. We need 464 feet of it, just like the plastic edging. And you can see we multiply that by $7.15. Crazy. So steel edging, super expensive, 3,900 bucks. Installation wise, we can install about 16 feet of this per hour. So we get a installation fee of $6.21 per linear foot if we want to hit that $100 rate. So you can see the installation for steel edging is 2,900 bucks. Bullet edging. This is kind of an in-between space. Some places we do base rock under our bullet edging to make it easier. Some places we don't. It's all dependent on what kind of soil you're dealing with. So for this scenario, we actually did not do base rock for our bullet edging. It's cheaper. This person's on a budget. So you can see we still need 464 linear feet of it. We can buy it at $2.20 a linear foot. This stuff is cheap, which is ideal. The installation is a little harder, so we can only install about 11 linear feet of it per hour. So you can see we charge about $9 per linear foot for installation. So you can see the bullet edging, much cheaper to purchase, more to install. Now, our favorite edging, stone edging, we commonly are installing a Chilton edging here in Minnesota. Much harder to install. You also have to buy it by the tonnage. So you can see with this amount of linear feet and this material calc, for every linear foot of plastic edging, we need one linear foot. For every linear foot of stone edging, we need one. Yeah, so on and so forth. In this scenario, we actually need 20 pounds of stone per linear foot. And we need to put this in there because we have to buy this by the tonnage. So in this scenario, we actually need 4.6 tons of stone. So you can see we got our linear footage times 20 pounds per linear foot. We divide that by 2,000 because that's how many pounds are in a ton. And then we multiply it by our waste upcharge. So we need 4.6 tons of it. On top of that, we actually, geez, guys, I just realized something here. Make this look better for you. There you go. Oh no. How dare I get sidetracked? But I did. There. Um, we need base material for under our stone. We want the stuff to never settle. The stone is going to last forever. This is a very high-end product, so we're going to spend more time on it. So we actually need base material. We need 3 tons of it. Commonly, you can lay, for every ton of base, you can lay 75 square feet at a depth of 2 inches. Okay. In this scenario, we only lay about 6 inches of base for every linear foot. So that means about a half square foot. So to figure out our base material, we actually are just taking the amount here, and you guys can see here, let me just light it up. This would be 422 square feet if we did a foot, right? In this scenario, we're doing half, so we're actually just doubling our spread. Or if the math makes more sense for you, we can do 5 divided by 2 and then multiply it by 0.75 by 75. Oh boy. Uh, there you go. Divided by 75 instead of multiply. Anyway, so in this scenario, our stone edging, we only install about 8 foot of it per hour. So you can see our stone edging costs quite a bit, 2,700 bucks. Our base material is 150. Our installation fee is $5,800. So cool thing here is this actually takes everything, adds it together. So our plastic edging is going to end up being 3,300 bucks for this project. Our steel edging is going to be 7,400 bucks all in, demo, deliveries, dumps, whatever else. Our bullet edging is going to be 61 and our stone edging is going to be 9,400 bucks. So that was kind of a quick run through for you guys. Big things that you guys should be fooling around with. Obviously, fool around with your measurements based on the project. Change your material costs based on what you guys kind of need in your area. Um, these should be pretty good for stone and obviously your material calcs. The other thing you're going to need to change is what margin do you charge? Maybe you add 150%, multiply it by 150, whatever. Maybe you have a different waste up charge. And then the last thing you're going to want to change over here is you'll change it to what hourly rate you're shooting for, and then also put in your linear foot output per hour. Like how much edging can you install per hour? How much plastic edging can you install per hour? Maybe you guys do 10 feet per hour. Maybe you do 100 feet per hour. I don't know what works for you guys, what feels safe for you guys, but this is kind of what's safe for us to make sure we're getting the margins we need to get. So this is the edging calculator. I hope this is helpful. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just reach out to me. And if you guys actually are like, oh man, I can't figure it out because you're horrible at explaining things, fair enough. Tell me what you guys need, and I can help design something for you really quick. So, with that, peace.